Reading the Bible, or Scripture as it's sometimes called, is one of those things that is synonymous with Christianity. It's right up there with going to church on Sundays. When people think of Christians, they think of the Bible. But what does reading the Bible have to do with being a Christian? And can you be a Christian without the Bible? Well, let's first take a look at what exactly the Bible is. The Bible is a collection of 66 books and letters written by several different authors over the course of more than 1,000 years, all compiled into one complete narrative. The majority of it is historical records, but it also includes poetry, songs, personal letters, and more. However, all of these segments have one underlying theme, which is the relationship between God and humanity. This is why Christians believe that the Bible was not just written by people, but rather that God instructed these people what to write. How else could you get so many people from so many points in time to write one coherent text without any contradictions? So then if it was written so long ago, why read it today? Well, just like how textbooks in school help prepare students for the world, the Bible helps prepare people for navigating their life. It provides historical context for the condition of our world. It lays a moral foundation of right and wrong, provides tips on how to live a successful life, of course instructs us how to receive salvation, and most of all it gives us insight into who God is so that we can form a stronger relationship with Him. Now you may be saying, if God is a part of our lives and we can just talk to Him directly through prayer, then what's the point of reading the Bible? Why not just go straight to God? Well, let me ask you this. If you were in a long-distance relationship with someone, and they sent you a few texts throughout the day, wouldn't you read those texts before calling them, so you wouldn't risk asking them about something they already told you about in the text? Of course not. You would want to see what they said first before you called to talk to them. This is what God has done for us. He has literally given us texts in an effort to communicate with us. He wants us to know about Him and wants us to succeed in life, so He's given us the Bible as a tool to help us do that. So what do we need to know when it comes to reading the Bible? Well, first of all, it's divided into two parts, the Old Testament and the New Testament. If you've never read the Bible before, I recommend starting in the book of John in the New Testament. Not to be confused with 1st, 2nd, or 3rd John, just the book titled John. And start reading through the Bible from there. And then after that, go back to the very start in Genesis, which is at the beginning of the Old Testament. Now, an important thing to keep in mind for new and old readers of the Bible alike is that the Bible was not written in our modern culture. Because of this, there are sometimes references we don't quite understand at first. For instance, when a woman pours perfume on Jesus' feet and starts washing them with her hair, it seems really weird, and it doesn't make any sense to us reading it through our culture's perspective. Because of this, I recommend either getting a study Bible or simply reading a digital copy, like at BibleGateway.com or using the Bible app, so you have access to commentaries that help bridge some of those cultural gaps. Also, take your time when reading it. Don't try to speed read through the whole thing in a week. There are a lot of heavy concepts to process as you're reading, and it's important to take your time and even pause for a while when you encounter something you need to think through and let soak in for a while. So whether you've never picked up the Bible before or you've been reading it for years, it's worth taking a little bit of time every day to read a portion of it. One of the most dangerous things in life is being uninformed or even misinformed, and the Bible has the information needed to equip us with the tools we need to navigate our way through life. Even if you think the Bible is just a bunch of ridiculous nonsense, try reading it anyways. You know how the saying goes, you can't judge a book by its cover, and you can't fully write off the Bible until you've taken the time to read what's inside in full context to come to your own conclusion about it. If you want more information about anything I've said or have a question or comment for me about this or any other topic, remember that you can always email me at sermoninthepocket@gmail.com, And if you like what I'm doing and want to support this podcast, I also have a Patreon by the same title, Sermon in the Pocket. Thank you for taking the time to listen, and have a wonderful day.